Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dear Sri Vijay Nehra, dear Sri Balakrishna Shukla, the Mayor of Vadodara, Vijay Nehra ji, District Collector of Vadodara, Sri Jiten Sukhadia ji, MLA Sayajiganj area, Sri Dinesh Bhai Chokshi, Chairman of the Standing Committee of Vadodara Mananagar Seva Sadan, Dr. Karan Jia, from whom we just now heard a very beautiful and a brilliant speech, Her Highness Subhangini Raje Gaikwad, Mr. Jal Patel, Jeru Contractor, Sri N.V. Patel, other dignitaries present here on the dais of the dais, the trustees of the great trust who have been doing some wonderful work, and the very enlightened audience here, dear sisters and brothers, dear friends. I am extremely happy to be here this evening. When Jeru Contractor approached me for this function, and when I came to know that 85 years have been completed, and then she was telling about the great philanthropic activities also being carried out by the great trust, I was very much charmed. I was supposed to be today in Rajkot, so I requested the organizers to change my date. They wanted a Sunday, but I said Sunday I must be in Baroda. And Jeru Contractor, not being only a trustee of this great trust, but she is also a great neighbor, just opposite our ashrama. So all of you can visit our center. Whenever you go to Jeru Contractor, first visit our center, then go to her. So I thought, as a neighbor, I must come here, and I was looking forward. Then she gave me the motivation. I had been to many churches and mosques, gurudwaras, but I had never been to Agiary. She told that for 1 month we are going to keep this Agiary open to all. So I thought today I will have darshan of this Agiary also. And so I was very happy, and I have changed my program, and I am very happy that I am here. At the outset, I give my very hearty congratulations to the trustees for having conducted so many activities during this 85 years. 85 years is not a small joke. Many organizations, they get wind up within 2-3 years or 5 years. But 85 years is really a great achievement, and we are looking forward to a centenary celebration. And Jeru Contractor would be there, I'm sure, and then we will have a grand celebration. But of course, I am not sure whether I'll be there because we get transferred, you know. We have 170 centers. But all my best wishes, and I wish and pray to the Lord that this trust goes on developing in all its possible ways, and the people who are coming here to this Agiary may get peace of mind, may get spiritual development, on and on, more and more, and also the philanthropy activities, wonderful activities helping the poor students and others, that also get multiplied, and may many more people get benefit, is my earnest prayer. Now I have been given a topic to speak briefly about Swami Vivekananda and Zoroastrianism. I was just thinking it is a good examination, because this is the first time I'm talking on this topic. And the first thing that came to my mind was Swami Vivekananda's address at the Parliament of Religions. You know, on 11 September 1893, Swami Vivekananda gave his historic speech at the World's Parliament of Religions in Chicago. That was also 9/11, you know. And we did not listen to his message of harmony of religions and saying goodbye to bigotry and all sorts of fanaticism and all sorts of dogmatism. And he had given a warning also that if we don't give a goodbye, you will have a bloodshed, continuing bloodshed. But we did not listen to his warning. And so after 108 years, exactly after 108 years, 9/11, the World Tower were broken. So on 9/11, Swami Vivekananda gave his historic brief speech. And he started his speech with dear sisters and brothers of America. And then he said, I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as true. I am proud to belong to a nation which has sheltered the persecuted and the refugees of all religions and all nations of the earth. I am proud to tell you that we have gathered in our bosom the purest remnant of the Israelites who came to southern India and took refuge with us in the very year in which their holy temple was shattered to pieces by Roman tyranny. And then he says, I am proud to belong to the religion which has sheltered and is still fostering the remnant of the grand Zoroastrian nation. So, Swami Vivekananda remembered the Zoroastrians in the world's parliament religions. And we know our Honorable Mayor also gave, and Dr. Karanjia gave, the historical details, how these Parsis came. And of course, Dr. Karanjia has told that the relationship is 8,000 years old. Very beautiful historic speech he has given. Historic details he has given. But that incident 1200 years back, you know that Sanjan village, how the Rana gives the refuge to all the Parsis. First he sends the cup full of milk, and then the leader of the team, the Guru, sends the same cup with sugar added, giving the message that when we come here, we will not be a burden. Though the cup is full, it will not overflow. Not only that, it will make your milk more sweet. And it has really become sweeter. With so many industries, Jamshedji Tata, Godrej, everywhere you find in the society, so much of philanthropic work. Ramakrishna Mission has been receiving donations from the Tata Trust from so many years. And so many of our Swamijis, they go to Jamshedpur, not only to visit Jamshedpur, but to take donation from Jamshedji Tata, that trust that has been started, and also get the so many vehicles we get special discount. Even the Vivek Rath that now we have launched on 12 January, it was launched by the governor of Gujarat. Vivek Rath, which has been a vehicle with audiovisual aid and book to go from village to village and school to school. That is also Tata 407. We got it a special discounted price from the Tatas. So they have been always charitable. And they are making always our milk sweet and sweeter and sweeter. So that is why we have a special affectionate regard and relationship with the Parsis. This is what we have seen. And that is why I felt very bad when I came to know about that terrorist attack. So I was in Bombay on 5th December. I gave an email to Ratan Tata that I am ready to have a sort of a program on stress management for all, and I would like to meet you and discuss about it. He was very prompt, very kind. Immediately he replied to me that, Swamiji, I am very grateful to you for your kind words of consolation and all that. And we look forward to your visit. But at present, just now, there are activities that it would not be possible. But we look forward to that future. But he immediately, promptly replied. So they are so cordial, so sweet relationship. That is why they have really made the milk sweeter. And so Swamiji remembered the Zoroastrians. And then Swamiji gave his message of the harmony of religions in that lecture. And then, when he read out the paper on Hinduism, in the concluding part, while he was reading out the paper on Hinduism at Chicago Parliament of Religions, he said, may he, who is the Brahman of the Hindus, the Ahur Mazda of the Zoroastrians, the first he remembers Ahur Mazda of the Zoroastrians, the Buddha of the Buddhists, the Jehovah of the Jews, the Father in heaven of the Christians, give strength to you to carry out your noble idea. He is telling to the organizers of the world's parliament religions. So he called upon the grace of Ahur Mazda of the Zoroastrians. So Swamiji has had a great regard, naturally, for all religions, much more so for Zoroastrianism, because his Guru Sri Ramakrishna practiced all religions by turn. First he practiced Hinduism, and then he practiced Christianity, he practiced Islam, and then he heard various types of religions, and then he said, he experimentally verified and said, Joto mot toto path, as many faiths, so many paths. Paths are different, ultimately leading to the same goal. And Sri Ramakrishna used to give a beautiful illustration. There is a pond of water, and from one side, Hindu says, I have brought jal. From second side, the Muslim says, I have brought pani. From the third side, the Christian goes and says, no, I have brought water. And the fourth one goes and says, I have brought aqua. Why are you quarreling? It is the same element called jal, water, pani, aqua. If you ask the scientists, they will say it is H2O. Now name you can give anything. So it is the one ultimate reality. Different names are there. Paths are different. This harmony of religions, this is the message which is very much needed to the world, for the world today. Particularly when today we are all getting very much anxious about the problem of terrorism, which has been fueled by fanaticism and dogmatism and fundamentalism. At this time, we really need this message of harmony of religions. And Zoroastrianism is a religion which has never persecuted other religious people. You may be following any other religion, but they would not quarrel with you. They would not like to force you to get converted into your religion. This is the one religion which speaks of peace and harmony. And when I was going through the beautiful book that we have published from our order, Thus Spake Zarathustra. There is a series of books. Thus Spake Christ, Thus Spake Muhammad, Thus Spake Zarathustra, Thus Spake Mahavir, Thus Spake Buddha. In order to spread the message of harmony of religions, we have brought out various books. When I was just going through Thus Spake Zarathustra, I was very much astonished that the teachings that are given here, as Dr. Karanjia said, are very much in conformity with the Vedantic teachings. Not only the Avesta language, but the message that is given. The teachings that are given are also so similar to the Vedantic teachings. And Swami Vivekananda gave the same teachings in the modern language, English. And then we find what a tremendous similarity. You see, here we have got beautiful words. Humat, Hukta, and Havarsta. That is, religious, righteous thoughts, righteous words, and righteous deeds. This is exactly what Swami Vivekananda said. Purity in thought, word, and speech. This will lead you to success. This will lead you to the ultimate reality. So same thing. Righteous thoughts, righteous words, righteous deeds. The Zoroastrian religion says, this is there, Swamiji also says the same thing. Then we find in Thus Spake Zarathustra, Zarathustra says, constructing 1,000 shrines of worship is not better than making a single soul happy. What a wonderful message. Swami Vivekananda gave the same message. I do not believe in a religion which cannot wipe the tears of a widow or cannot feed a hungry mouth. He says, why you want to go and dig a well near the river? Here is the living God, worshipping not that God, the Daridra Narayana and Rogi Narayana, and you want to go and worship in the temple and the shrines. Same thing, Zarathustra says, constructing 1,000 shrines of worship is not better than making a single soul happy. Then there is a beautiful message which is very much needed today by the modern man who is in search of happiness. Zarathustra says, the most happy is he who most promotes the happiness of others. The most happy is he who most promotes the happiness of others. And exactly the same sentence Swami Vivekananda says in his book Raj Yoga, at long last you will understand, not now. At long last you will understand that the best way to make you happy is to see that others are happy, and the best way to get peace of mind is to pray for others' peace of mind. The same message is given by Zarathustra. Then Zarathustra says, man has the spark of divinity within him, and he can elevate himself to the greatest height of moral superiority. Every human being has a spark of divinity. This is the message that Swamiji gave in the world's parliament religions to the people who were really suffering, thinking themselves to be sinners. Swami Vivekananda says, sinners, Vedanta does not recognize sin. It recognizes error. And the greatest error you are making when you say that you are a sinner. No. Ye, the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings, ye divinities on earth, sinners, it is a sin to call a man so. It is a standing liable on human nature. Come up, O lions, and shake up the delusion that you are sheep. Your soul is immortal, spirits free, blessed and eternal. Ye are not matter, ye are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not ye the servant of matter. This message of divinity, of having infinite potentiality, the infinite divinity within each and every soul, irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion, and nationality, was given by Swami Vivekananda to the Americans, but that gift is unopened. Alien Stark has written a book, The Gift Unopened, where she says, a great personality came to our country. He gave us a beautiful gift, but it is still unopened. And then she says, Columbus discovered the soil of America, and Vivekananda discovered the soul of America. And then he roused us and gave us the message of divinity. We are all suffering unnecessarily. He has given us, we are not sinners, we are not miserable, we are the divine. The same message of divinity is given by Zarathustra. I end with the last message. The stars and planets and constellations do not decide fate. Similarly, Swamiji says, you are the creator of your own destiny. Remember, do not go to an astrologer and say, please see what is my destiny. Swamiji says, you fool, why want to know the destiny? Try to change the destiny, because you are the creator of your own destiny. That is what Zarathustra says. When I talk about Swami Vivekananda Zoroastrianism, naturally to my mind comes the great voyage of Swami Vivekananda to Chicago Parliament Religions. He was traveling from Japan to Chicago, and there were hundreds of passengers in that ship, and one of them was Jamshedji Tata. And they both had a very good interaction. When Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam came to Porbandar for inaugurating one of the 81 schools constructed by us as a part of that is first time. Second time, when he became the President of India, on 12 January 2006, he came to inaugurate Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture, Vivek, on Swami Vivekananda's birthday. At that time, he said, one letter comes to me, and I would like to share that letter with you. The same letter I will also read out to you, where Dr. Kalam says, dear young friends, just now I inaugurated the Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture. When I was preparing the talk for addressing the youth, a unique letter comes to my mind. This letter I saw in Jamshedpur at Tata exhibition, written by Jamshedji Tata on 23rd November 1898. I would like all of you to know about this letter, which I am going to read. It gives a very important message to the youth, where Jamshedji Tata writes, Dear Swami Vivekananda, I trust you remember me as a fellow traveler on your voyage from Japan to Chicago. I very much recall at this moment your views on the growth of the ascetic spirit in India and the duty not of destroying but of diverting into useful channels. I recall these ideas in connection with my scheme of Research Institute of Science for India, of which you have doubtless heard or read. It seems to me that no better use can be made of the ascetic spirit than the establishment of monasteries or residential halls for man dominated by this spirit, where they should live with ordinary decency and devote their lives to the cultivation of sciences, natural and humanistic. I am of opinion that if such a crusade in favor of an asceticism of this kind were undertaken by a competent leader, it would greatly help asceticism, science, and the good name of our common country. And then Jamshedji Tata writes, and I know not who would make a more fitting general of such a campaign than Vivekananda. Do you think you would care to apply yourself to the mission of galvanizing into life our traditions in this respect? Perhaps you had better begin with a fiery pamphlet rousing our people in this matter. I should cheerfully defray all the expenses of this publication. With kind regards, I am, dear Swami, your faithfully, Jamshedji Tata, Esplanade House, Bombay. Swami Vivekananda was at the time preparing to leave the stage. He had done his mission on 1904 July. He passed away. But what he did, there is a monthly magazine, Prabuddha Bharata, started by him in 1896, an international monthly. There, the editor was told to give the scheme of Tata regarding Indian Institute of Science and giving all support, telling all the people to support this scheme. And he told Sister Nivedita, Miss Margaret Noble, dedicated her whole life for the sake of the educating the women of India. That is why Swamiji gave her the name Nivedita. So Sister Nivedita was told to meet Jamshedji Tata and get the details. And Sister Nivedita worked very hard, and that is how we got Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. But this is two great minds working together, had a vision, working together for the development of our nation in that sheep. So Swami Vivekananda had a great respect for Zoroastrianism. Swami Vivekananda had a great respect for Jamshedji Tata. Swami Vivekananda had a very good relations with not only Jamshedji Tata but other Parsis also, and that is being continuing. We also in Ramakrishna Mission have got very good relationship with the Parsis. I will not go for the story, a beautiful, very loving story of how Sohrab Modi, the film producer director, became a disciple of Holy Mother Sharda Devi, who was the consort of Sri Ramakrishna. There is an interesting story behind. But already I have taken much time, so I will not go for, I reserve that for future. And all of you please come to our ashrama, and we would give you the biography of Holy Mother Sharda Devi, where that incident comes, how Sohrab Modi got initiation, and later on, how he passed away in a very pleasant way. And he told, I am going to Holy Mother Sharda Devi, a very interesting, exciting story you will come to know. All of you are welcome to our center, just situated just opposite Jeru Contractors Bungalow. That is the best identification I can give here. Opposite, not, I tell others, opposite Circuit House near railway station. But here, I give another identification, just opposite Jeru Contractors Bungalow. So please do come here. That is the Dilaram Bungalow, historic Dilaram Bungalow, where Swami Vivekananda himself stayed as the guest of the then Diwan Manibhai Jasbhai, and the government of Gujarat was kind enough. Our Jitendrabhai Sukhadia was very much instrumental, and Narendra Modi was kind enough, the Gujarat government was kind enough. All of them helped us in getting this Dilaram Bungalow for converting it to befitting memorial of Swami Vivekananda. We have already started 4 exhibitions, big public library, of course many other activities, value education programs, mobile medical unit. On 12 January, a beautiful statue, 7.5 feet bronze statue, was unveiled by the Honorable Governor of Gujarat. So all of you are welcome to participate in our activities. And I once again thank the organizers and the trust for the wonderful activity they are doing, and for giving me the opportunity of meeting all of you. Thank you very much.